Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Bruce Frisco. It is Monday, the 27th day of April. This is CTV News. Tonight, a weekend tragedy. 3 people die in a house fire. The season of swerving, the race to fill potholes before the repair shops fill up. And dreams of dance, the young Maritimer with her eye on the big time.
Live from our Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News. Here is Bruce Frisco.
Good evening. Some tense moments in uptown St. John this morning after a CN train derailed along the harbor just meters away from the water. It's happened around 8:30 this morning near the Courtney Bay Causeway, but officials still aren't quite sure what happened. Fortunately, there were no injuries or impact to public safety, but there was a small oil leak on railway property. The train was headed toward the city's potash terminal. Work is expected to continue at the site tomorrow, and the investigation is ongoing. Then about an hour later, emergency crews in the city responded to a natural gas leak in the uptown area. A line on Water Street was ruptured. Officials note road work was underway in the area. A shelter-in-place advisory was issued for parts of the city's uptown just before 10 a.m., but it was lifted after crews successfully pinched off the leak. And a weekend wildfire in St. John has provided a clear reminder that we are once again in fire season. Firefighters needed about 4 hours to get that blaze under control off the old St. John Road near La Pro. CTV's Avery McCrae has more.
Around 30 firefighters, 21 of whom were volunteers with the Musquash Fire Department, battled the afternoon blaze with multiple trucks and utility vehicles used. The exact size of the fire isn't known, but a fire being patrolled on the province's public fire dashboard shows a fire in the area around 10 hectares. Musquash Fire Chief Wayne Pollock says the exact cause of the fire isn't known, but suspects it was caused by either a cigarette or someone having a small campfire by the water. He says with another dry summer expected, it's important for people to do their part when it comes to protecting the woods.
It's dry. Surprised you how quick it's drying up, and it's the underbrush is what's catching, and then it was going to the top of the trees there yesterday too. If you can have some water available with a bucket or a pump can or whatever, if you're going to have a fire, try to be prepared. Maybe have some shovels, that type of thing that can help you before it gets away to be a big one.
The chief advises anyone looking to have a fire of any type to check the province's burn notices, which is updated daily at 2 p.m., to see what restrictions may be in place. Today's update saw the entire province on a restricted burn list, meaning fires are only permitted between 8 at night and 8 in the morning. Last year, the province says there were over 400 wildfires during the season. This year's campaign was launched early after record low precipitation this winter, with the province spending $6.7 million to improve its outdoor firefighting efforts this summer. Avery McCrae, CTV News, St. John.
Now to a terrible tragedy in HRM over the weekend. 3 people died after an early morning fire in Lower Sackville. The victims ranged in age from 38 to 73. CTV's Hafsa Arif spoke with the neighbors.
Beyond the yellow police tape, flowers rest on a parked car outside the home. One of the homeowner's favorite possessions now turned into a growing memorial. The damage is hard to miss. The roof is badly burned, windows are shattered, and at the back of the home, a large hole exposes what's left inside.
I woke up to sirens, and then when I woke up, I could smell smoke. And I looked out my living room window, and all I saw was red flames and black smoke.
Terrio says her neighbor's daughter already called 911. She even tried waking the family inside by banging on the windows and throwing rocks at the house. 2 people died at the scene, and a third was taken to hospital and later died.
Fire was through the roof, and then they started their task to do a primary search and fire control. And from the primary search, that's when they found the 3 victims.
For neighbors here, the loss feels personal. Terrio says the 43-year-old homeowner lived here with his 73-year-old mother, his 38-year-old girlfriend, a pet, and his young son.
Son, thankfully, was at his mom's for the weekend.
As the community mourns, an investigation into the cause of the fire is underway. Hafsa Arif, CTV News, Lower Sackville.
Get the Maritime's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
New Brunswick government says work is underway to add 60 long-term care beds in Quispamsis. Province calls it an urgent project, is committed to adding 240 nursing home beds at sites operated by Shaniks over the next couple of years. Expect more details soon. More announcements will be made around the province this week.
We'll be adding another 300 team members as a result of this announcement. You can imagine the millions and millions of dollars of investment on the construction side.
New facility is expected to be completed late next year. The project is part of a recently unveiled strategy from the government, which includes bringing 624 new long-term care beds throughout the province. Business is up. Calls to police are down in the town of Bridgewater, Nova Scotia, after a controversial drop-in center was shut down. The center, operated by the John Howard Society, closed 5 weeks ago. Local businesses say the change has been remarkable.
Over the course of the 2 years, we totally lost our night business. So anything after dark wasn't happening. We could do 40, 50 tables during the day and at night have 10.
Approximately 15 calls a week to that center or for clients that were every day using the center. So that involved anything from, shoplifting to assaults to public impairment, open drug use, open consumption of alcohol. And we're down to 15 in a month.
Province says it is working on setting up some outreach services to replace those that were lost with the closure of that center. The search for 2 missing children in Nova Scotia resumed yesterday around Lansdowne Station. Volunteers once again combing the area looking for Jack and Lily Sullivan almost a year after the siblings were first reported missing. Of the 6 and 4-year-olds, a cadaver dog was also brought in as part of the search effort. The Sullivan children were reported missing from their home in the morning of May 2nd. A number of large searches have taken place since, but the 2 children have never been found. Pothole season is in full swing in the Halifax area again, and they cannot be fixed fast enough for frustrated motorists. Here's CTV's Jonathan McGuinness.
Pothole season is in full bloom this year. If you feel like this spring is worse than others, you're right.
We've definitely seen more potholes this year in the Halifax region. There's about 1.5 times as many potholes.
The reason?
We believe it was in part due to the temperature fluctuations we saw all winter. So, way below freezing, and then it would go up and melt. And the more times that happens, the more water and ice can get underground and weaken the roads. HRM Public Affairs Advisor Jake Fulton says the city has identified about 8,100 potholes, and so far 5,100 have been filled. That leaves 3,000 to wreak havoc on vehicles. Fulton says Halifax's 22 road crew workers are busy. The city puts potholes into 2 categories. There's priority 1 potholes. Those are potholes that are 8 centimeters deep and 25 centimeters wide, or anything bigger than that. And anything smaller, that's a priority 2 pothole. Those get filled last. Fulton says if a driver has damaged their vehicle on a city street, a claim can be submitted by calling 311. Jonathan McGuinness, CTV News, Halifax.
New generation of maritime business leaders were practicing their pitches in Halifax tonight, preparing to take on the rest of the country.
These are 4 presenters who are going to showcase the impact that the Enactus St. Mary's team has had.
The 2025 Enactus St. Mary's team headed to Montreal soon to defend their national title at the Enactus Canada National Exposition. Tonight's event was a bit of a test run, a chance to practice the 12-minute pitch that they will make on the national stage. Enactus Canada is a registered Canadian charity that inspires and educates post-secondary students to use innovation and entrepreneurship to solve big problems around the world.
For example, the 14 businesses that we presented, but more specifically, Square Roots and Alagi. So Square Roots repurposes surplus produce, and Alagi has created a seaweed-based bioplastic to transform the packaging industry. We're hoping to showcase the impact that our team has had over the last year. We're hoping to meet different teams at the Nationals, but also looking to defend our title since we were 2-time national champions and World Cup champions in Bangkok, Thailand last year.
Enactus Canada is part of a global network spanning 35 countries and engaging more than 72,000 students each and every year. It's also said to be one of the most impactful charities in Canada, with every dollar donated delivering almost 4 times back in social value. Still to come tonight, Caitlin's full forecast, and we'll show you how Maritimers are trying to save some money on gas now that the prices seem to be going up endlessly. Coming up next, though, facing a new reality.
We have lost 4,400 students over a 2-year period.
CBU becomes the latest maritime university to cut jobs and dip into savings. That's next. Stay with us.
Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Bike a Day in May is back. Be listening for your first bike bell on April 30th.
That's Thursday. On Friday, we give away Bike 1 of 30 in the month of May.
Higher tuition, smaller staff, and dipping into reserve funds. Those are some of the moves Cape Breton University is making to deal with less revenue and far fewer international students. As CTV's Jesse Thomas tells us tonight, this is the latest maritime university to tackle its financial woes.
Cape Breton University is cutting 50 more jobs and raising tuition as it faces continued decline in international student enrollment. The school anticipates an annual revenue shortfall of $20 million or more each year over the next 3 years. University officials point directly to the federal cap on international students and a lower than expected enrollment rate for that loss in revenue. Last year, CBU announced a plan to cut 110 jobs.
We have lost 4,400 students over a 2-year period. Nova Scotia, by the way, lost about 6,800, so 44 of that 6,800 happened here on the CBU campus.
The Association of Atlantic Universities says the impact is being felt right across the region, and schools here are being hit harder by enrollment cuts as Atlantic schools rely more on international students to fill their classrooms than other provinces.
They are being impacted. All 16 universities are feeling the pressure of international student decreases, and that's common across Canada as well, but we have seen an outsized impact here in Atlantic Canada.
University leaders and advocates argue the cuts to international enrollment have gone too far and left school communities financially shaken.
We have a population that depends on people coming from outside in to enhance our economy and grow our prosperity.
Jesse Thomas, CTV News, Halifax.
Okay, time for a quick little break here, but when we return, it's your complete maritime weather forecast. It's been a pretty decent couple of days around here, so will it continue? Caitlin knows. You will too when we come back. Monday night, 27th day of April, and more of this, please, and more of what we had yesterday. It's been great.
It was nice, wasn't it? Yeah, we saw steadily improving weather conditions as we went through the weekend. For those who were looking for some more late April sunshine, that is, it extended into the start of this week, and some pretty fair weather conditions expected for our Tuesday here in the Maritimes as well. The reason why we saw some clearing was this area of high pressure that moved into place. Now, there is a low pressure system sitting to the south that stalled out around it. It is going to return some cloud cover around parts of the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia for tomorrow. And by the afternoon, there'll be a chance of some showers with that cloud cover down around the south shore of that province. And then a further chance of some showers for parts of the region on Wednesday. So let's take a look at our forecast timeline. For the rest of tonight, though, it's just a few clouds around with temperatures on the brisk side. It is going to be a bit of a cool start to the day for tomorrow. Moving into the afternoon, though, it remains sunny for the province of New Brunswick, sunny for Prince Edward Island, and mostly sunny for many areas of Nova Scotia, except again, increasing cloudiness around the Atlantic coastline. That would include areas from Cape Breton all the way down through the eastern shore, Halifax, and the south shore, where you can see some of those greens just brushing in by the time we get to around the early afternoon hours, and that is a chance of some showers. Now, as we head through Tuesday evening and Tuesday night, showers are expected to move in off the Atlantic across the southwest of Nova Scotia, and on Wednesday, there'll be a further chance of showers in the southwestern area of that province, but also southern areas of New Brunswick, and in general, increasing cloudiness around the maritime region. So as we take a look at winds in the forecast for tonight and for tomorrow, tomorrow's winds are going to be out of the southeast. Now, in most cases, they'll be breezy with some gusts between 20 and 40 kilometers per hour, but a bit more on the blustery side in the southwest of Nova Scotia, where some of the peak wind gusts could come up between 30 and 50, and that would include areas of Digby, Yarmouth, Shelburne County, as well as Queens County. Should ease up a little bit by the time you get to Halifax. Low temperatures in the forecast for tonight around the region will be in the range of around -2 to +2. And then highs in the forecast for tomorrow, warm in the afternoon for many areas of the north of New Brunswick. A lot of high temperatures, 16 to 19 degrees, except 12 to 16 on the coast. Fredericton tomorrow, the high temperature near 19 degrees, 17 at St. Stephen. A little bit cooler at Campobello and Grand Manan, 12 and 11 respectively. 14 degrees at St. John, and then 17 degrees for Moncton in the southeast. Prince Edward Island on Tuesday with high temperatures between 10 and 15 degrees, a little bit milder up west in the province. For Cape Breton tomorrow, most of the high temperatures will be in the range of 8 to 10 around the coast, but towards the interior of Cape Breton, you can see high temperatures up between 10 and 13 degrees. Around 14 for the north shore of Nova Scotia for tomorrow, 6 to 10 degrees on the eastern shore, 15 for Truro, 16 for Amherst. City centers, Halifax and Dartmouth, closer to 9 degrees, but if you move to inland towards, say, even locations like Hammonds Plains and Fall River and Enfield, the high temperature should be closer to the range of 12 to 14 degrees. Near 15 for the Annapolis Valley for tomorrow, and on the south shore of Nova Scotia, most of the high temperatures between 9 and 11. Remember, there is a chance of showers there beginning in the afternoon. Taking a look at the 7-day outlook for New Brunswick, chance of showers on Wednesday, again, mostly for southern parts of the province, and then some showers expected to begin to move in Thursday afternoon. That does turn over to rain for Friday. After that, some cloudier conditions for Saturday, followed by a chance of showers on Sunday, and there'll be a chance of showers on Monday of next week. As for Nova Scotia in the forecast, coming up over the next couple of days, we have a chance of showers in the southwest of the province on both Tuesday and Wednesday. There'll be some showers becoming more widespread late in the day on Thursday, followed by some rain in the forecast for Friday. Cloudy periods expected on Saturday, showers in the forecast for Sunday, and then cloudy periods next Monday. And for Prince Edward Island in the outlook, we have some cloudier conditions on Wednesday, followed up by some showers arriving Thursday night, turning over to rain on Friday. A little bit cloudier to get the weekend started on Saturday. Showers in the forecast for Sunday, and some cloudy conditions for Monday next week. Bruce.
Right you are. Thank you, my friend. We'll step aside for a moment. Stay with us. Be right back.
#1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Don't have to tell you, filling up your vehicle has gotten very expensive over the past couple of months, and Canadians are eager to find ways to save money on fuel. In fact, from driving less to carpooling, people are going the extra mile to save on mileage. Here's CTV's Ryan McDonald.
My thoughts on the gas prices are ridiculous. It's just a money grab.
Gas prices went up another 6.6 cents a litre over the weekend in Nova Scotia and nearly 5 cents per litre in New Brunswick. Now, a new poll by Narrative Research finds that 88% of drivers across Canada are concerned about the price of gas, and that 40% are in fact driving less.
I limit how much I drive. I make sure where I'm going all in one time only, if I can.
I'm a driver. I love driving. I drive from here to hell and back. It won't bother me none. But it's just cost factor.
The poll finds about 1 in 10 who are driving the same amount are stretching their fill-ups, buying smaller amounts of gas at a time.
Especially when you're a senior that's on fixed income, you try not to drive, but you gotta.
The survey also asked people how prices at the pumps might affect their summer trips. 48% of those staying in Canada said they plan to vacation in the same province they live in. Only 27% plan to drive to another province. 25% plan to fly to another province.
Well, I guess we're still cautiously optimistic for the season.
The head of Destination Cape Breton says he's been hearing from operators that summer bookings are still looking pretty good. Their hope is that more Maritimers will vacation closer to home and that some will stick around places like the Cabot Trail rather than driving from province to province.
That's the hope, is that people will be more narrow in terms of where their trip will be instead of trying to squeeze far too much in.
Ryan McDonald, CTV News.
Okay, thank you, Ryan. Time for one final break tonight. Coming up, you'll meet a young maritime dancer who's got her eyes on a big-time career on the world stage. First, though, it is your wake-up weather. Here's a live look at Lunenburg on this Monday night. 4 degrees right now. Stay with us. Kaylin will tell you how to dress for the morning when we come back. That's the end of Monday. Now heading into Tuesday morning, and we'll kick it off with a look at the wake-up weather in Kaylin.
Sunny and cool for Tuesday morning around the Maritimes. The temperatures will be around the low single digits. And then as we make our way into and through the afternoon, some cloud cover increases for communities around the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia. And that is followed up by a chance of some showers beginning in the afternoon on the south shore of Nova Scotia. So from Shelburne, extending all the way up towards Bridgewater and Lunenburg. There'll be some further showers into the southwest of that province as we make our way through Tuesday night into Wednesday. And some of those showers headed into southern areas of New Brunswick during that time as well. Bruce.
Thank you, Caitlin. Well, a young dancer from Nova Scotia is gearing up for one of the world's largest dancing competitions. As CTV's Vanessa Wright shows us tonight, she hails from North Preston and soon hopes to be a household name.
No matter where she is, you can bet 10-year-old Elise Clayton will stun the crowd with her magic moves.
I don't know, I just started dancing, and then my dad put me in, and then, yeah.
It's a passion her mother, Shaikia, says developed at a young age.
She's been actually dancing since she's been born, to be honest. Like, we have videos of her, like, age 2, 1, like, literally dancing and on beat, like, to so many, like, different songs.
The dance prodigy loves jazz and contemporary, but hip-hop has her heart.
I literally, like, I get speechless. I don't even know what to even say. Like, when I see it after, all I say is, like, just be thankful to God that this is what I got.
Lights off, lights off, lights on.
It's a talent she's taking across the globe to Ireland, where she'll represent Team Canada at the 2026 Dance World Cup.
I'm excited, but I'm also nervous because I have a solo and I'm really scared to do it.
She already has her eyes set on a future dancing career in Los Angeles.
Because that's where, like, I see on, like, TikTok and stuff, and that's where all the famous dancers dance, and there's more opportunities there.
With what she can do at just 10, an opportunity is something she won't have any trouble finding. Vanessa Wright, CTV News, North Preston, Nova Scotia.
There's opportunities there. Okay, that's your late news for tonight. If you join us later, you'd like another look at anything we've shown you tonight, ctvnewsatlantic.ca. It is your home for news. I'm Bruce Frisco. Thank you for staying up late with us tonight. Have a good evening. We sure hope to see you again tomorrow.